Alright, this video is not going to be edited that much, but I want to just show you, because it's the little things that count in a through hike, just like the big stuff. So this video is all about the little things. So let me show you those. So here we go. I'm just going to do a walk around with electronics and cameras, from the kind of hiking sticks and why. I even have a luxury item. A sign, I'll tell you about that. Repair kits and first aid. The pack covers and the wallet. Poop kits, water kits, and water bottles. Alright, so let's get started, shall we? Alright, so let's talk about electronics first. We have the Anker 20,000 battery pack. We'll be shooting video on the DJI action camera. It's in a heavier duty third-party case it's almost indestructible, but you might want to check it out. It's by a company called Small Rig. I'll be carrying the Hyperlight Versa fanny pack that'll be going around my waist. Be carrying 3 batteries and the charger for the DJI. Plenty of SD cards, micro SDs for the camera. This is a really cool bag. You got green for good and red for done, so to speak. Green go, red stop. But you can put your batteries in here. So good batteries are on the green. When you're done with them, you just throw them over on the red side. But it's by a company called Hilltop. So Hilltop Dyneema bag weighs nothing, and it's got a divider on the inside. Can you see that? Hopefully. Alright, we'll keep going. Another thing that I'll be using will be the Samsung S21 Ultra. It's got great video and takes great pictures. And I'll be doing all my live broadcasts that I'll be doing on Facebook will be done on using this phone right here. And then I'll download everything on that phone onto micro SD cards that will be put into the movie documentary later when I get back. The Spot X satellite system, the new one Bluetooths up with my phone, so I can leave it in the back hanging on my pack, so to speak, and operate everything from my phone on it. I like it because if my phone fails, I can still type out real easily. So I like this system a lot. There are other SAT systems that people like, but for me, the Spot X works very, very well. NU20, not the 25, but the 20. Why? Because you see that right there? That's the on and off switch. And the NU20 comes with this. See that? It's a protector cover. That I like. It's very, very simple. It's got 3 or 4 settings for the light, and that's it. You get one light, one thing, boop, boop, boop. You can set it whatever you want. I took off the regular strap and modified my own super ultralight strap on it. You've probably seen that before. Moving on, I will be carrying the teardrop thermometer thing so I can see how close I am to death. Either through heat or freezing. In this case, it looks like it's going to be heat starting out. Alright, let's talk about this Flex Solar. Alright, everybody's going, oh, you don't need to take a solar panel. Yes, I do, because I'm not going to have the luxury of sitting around for hours at places every couple of days and charging equipment. Where I'm going, there's going to be times that I'm pretty well isolated for many days at end, and because I'm going to be doing live broadcasts, I'm going to be doing videos, I'm going to be doing, texting and all this other stuff, I'm going to burn up a lot of battery, so I need to charge it myself. One thing I've got to say about the Flex Solo is that if you're going to, this is a 10 watt, this comes with an automatic reset. This is where people mess up. They'll get their panel, and then what'll happen is they'll get a panel that does not have automatic reset. What that means is that if this panel gets in shade or if the sun gets blocked or whatever, it'll stop charging your unit because your unit will send a signal that it's too low on power, and it'll shut down, and the panel will go along with that. So what happens is that first time a cloud comes over or a shadow or you go through some trees, it'll stop charging. This does not have that problem. It has the automatic reset. So whether I get full light, partial light, interrupted light, whatever, it will have my unit. It's got a microchip that'll have my phone or my battery pack or whatever, and it'll make it continue to charge. It'll reset itself every time. So that's, if you're going to carry a solar panel, make sure you get a solar panel that has automatic reset. Okay, so we're going to move on. Next, I'm using the UltraPod 2. It's a little heavier and robust because this DJI weighs more than a GoPro. I have a GoPro that I use. It's very light, but what I've found with my GoPros, and if you have a GoPro, you know I'm being honest on this, they're unreliable. You know, they'll shut themselves off, they'll turn themselves on. You don't know what's going on with them sometimes. And the DJI, no problem at all. It's either on or it's off. It's whatever you want it to be, and it sticks like that. And it doesn't burn up batteries like the GoPro. I love my GoPro. Don't get me wrong. I love it. But for something like this, I don't have the luxury of staring at it, making sure it's going to record the whole time. But the DJI Action works really well, and I think it takes as good a videos as my GoPro. So, but it does weigh more, so I'm going to take the UltraPod 2 instead of the UltraPod 1. So it's because it is a little bit sturdier. And this also comes off to make a tripod, so I can set it down, or I can strap it to a tree limb. I can do whatever I want. So it's a really cool thing. In this case, it'll be connected to my hiking sticks. Next, because I'm using the Altaplex by Z-Pack, is that I'll be using an extension. The Altaplex requires a higher tent pole. I have the actual tent poles that I can use with it, but I've opted out to use their extensions because it connects up very well with the with the trekking pole. So it just hooks in like that. You extend your trekking pole, then you add this extension to it, and you can get the proper height of 58 inches that they recommend for that Altaplex. We'll talk about that later. And I'll be using I'm going to try these Cascadias trekking poles. I'm not really sure how they're going to work. I'm going to take my Lakeys as a backup just in case, but I'm going to try these out. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and they also fit this joint very well. So I don't have to take the actual hiking pole, and save a couple ounces that way. All right, moving on around. We'll come around this way. All right. This I'm going to try. It helps when thumbing. So I'm just going to hold my thumb up and pray that someone will pick me up if I need a ride to get some kind of supplies or help, or go get water. Water's going to be the big issue for this trail. Heat and water is a mess. So I made a little tiny sign to go with that. And then we have right here is all the repair kits. I'm not going to go in detail breaking all that down, but I did do one thing that a lot of people probably going crazy. I'm not into tablets and all this other stuff. I just got a mini squeeze and just dropped it down in there. So if my Sawyer squeeze goes out on me, I have the mini squeeze as a backup. All my medications in here, patch kits, repair kits, I mean everything. It's all in there. All right. And then this is my luxury item. So it's my little harmonica that I like. Yep. Sorry, that's going to be my toy. All right. Moving on around. So where I've got all this little stuff at. All right. Pack cover. I don't know. I'm debating on this. What's the real nice thing about the pack cover is when you do get to your campsite, you can put your backpack and you put your shoes, you can cover them up, you can leave it out if you need to. That's a nice thing. Or just put it in a big pile, wrap it up and carry it around like a bag, all your little accessories and stuff. And you can use that as a pack cover. My pack is I'm using the Hyperlite 3400 Southwest. and I have a lot bag liners in there, so I'm not too worried about stuff getting wet in the bag. But anyway, this will assure that nothing gets wet, but I can double use that. So this is a debate. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not. Wallet, Chicken Tramper, Chicken Tramper gear. I love this wallet. I use it during the day, all the time. I got it, love it. You might want to check that out. This is my knife. This is what I will be using. I'm not carrying some big honking thing. This is the only little knife I'm using, and it works very well. And that's it. Weighs just a few grams. I won't go into detail. Poop kit with my trowel, cleaner, and all this other stuff. Don't want to get the monkey butt. Moving on over here, water system. I'm going to keep it all in a nice mesh bag, and that way it can dry out while it's traveling around. I will be using the regular Sawyer squeeze, not the mini squeeze, but the regular. I'll carry a coupler, so in case I do want to do any gravity hangs or hook a bottle just to hook it up real quick. And I carry a little bit of Dyneema line that weighs nothing, so you might want to look in on this. I love Dyneema line. You can get it. It's super, super strong. 2-liter C-Knot bag. And then 3, you can show this down here, 3 1-liter smart water bottles. Personalized, naturally, so I can entertain myself by looking at the stickers. Alright, so that's what we got. And no, Willie's not going to be going. He's a small, so he's going to stay here. Anyway, that's Willie. Alright, so I will come back with another video on the bigger stuff. So just remember, it's the small things that count, whether it be a through hike or not. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.